Good morning, everyone. Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Want to bring you another video on Red Dead Redemption 2 online. This is the online game that's $5 American right now until the beginning of February, I believe. So it's definitely worth picking up for $5. There's not many other games that are this extensive for $5 out there, that's for sure. But I did want to get into this, so I will go into some tips and tricks later on. Off the beginning, I will bring you some information. I found the quickest way to make gold because that's what everybody wants in the game. And it's pretty basic to make gold. It does take a while. It's not like you'll just have 10 gold bars appear in an hour or so. It's not too terribly bad. Now, the best way to do gold, I'll do the gold first, then the tips and tricks later, and I'll do all the tips and tricks that, you know, everything that if you didn't watch the tutorial, it will help out with. So, starting with the gold, the best way I have found, bar none, to make gold is treasure maps. And it's not even close. Like, I was getting 1.5 bars from a treasure map, 1.6, 1.3. Treasure maps are by far the best. Now, if you don't know if you have treasure maps, just hit B. I'm on PC, so I don't know what it is on controllers. Hit B on your PC to open up your inventory, your satchel, and then you go over here into your documents. I don't have any treasure maps left, but it would be here. It would say treasure map, and you open that, and it will bring a yellow area on the map, and you go find it and look for the treasure. And that is by far the best, the quickest way to make gold. Now, a couple other options are, there's many other ones that are all roughly around the same. I have a bounty license now, which costs 10 gold to get, but once you have it, you can make gold doing that. Each bounty I find is roughly giving 0.2 bars of gold, so it's not bad at all. That's it's decent, they're pretty fast. They don't take a lot of time, usually there's 7 or 8 guys plus the bounty. If you bring back the bounty, I find you will get more. So if it's 0.2, you might get an extra 0.2 if you bring back the bounty alive. So try and always bring back the bounty alive. You just get more out of it. Plus you get more experience out of it. You'll get extra bounty XP for doing that. But, you know, if you can't, just kill the bounty and take it back dead. It will still give you the 0.2. So you can get anywhere from roughly like 0.18 to about 0.4 per bounty. The other quickest way I have found is story missions, the yellow ones. These give decent amounts of gold. They're pretty quick, and you know you're gonna get around 0.2 again with those. I found as an average. You know, don't hold me to the 0.2. It's not always 0.2. And also these stranger missions will give you, you know, 0.15, 0.18 usually, in and around there. Now, while you're out, to combine your effort, while you're doing it, you can do the daily challenges. So these give 0.1 each, but if you do 7, that's 0.7 of a bar, plus 0.3 because you've done 7 general challenges. So that's a full bar per day you can get from just doing daily challenges. Now you can get other daily roll challenges and other items like that, but for now, if you just stick to the general and the other ones, you can get 1 bar a day as well from that. But those are really the quickest ways to make gold. By far, treasure maps, hands down, easiest way to make gold, if you have treasure maps. Now, to get your treasure map, or if you haven't picked up treasure maps, you can go to the post office, pick up any undelivered mail. If you have some there, you know, you might have one just hanging out there that you didn't know of. So go see if you have any. It's always worth a check. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I can't narrow down exactly how you get them in the mail. It's probably from doing missions, I'm assuming, but I just don't know which missions do it because I do quite a few missions. So
back again.
Collect
it's my
deliveries,
face, isn't it?
And yeah, I don't have any. I have some speeder cartridges and some horse stimulant in here, so I don't have any treasure maps. But since I'm here, I guess I can pay my bounty. And keep your bounty low so you don't get hunted by other bounty hunters.
All
But those are the quickest ways for gold. Now I'm going to go into some basic tips and tricks that if you didn't do the tutorial, you might not know. Otherwise, you might. Some of the easy ones are J button on PC. I'm only on PC, so I have no idea what PS4 and Xbox do. So if you guys are on that and you know the tricks, just feel free to like, subscribe, and share the video for the gold. But if you want to stay for the tips and tricks, feel free to stay to the end. So J button opens your catalog. Anything you order from your catalog from the J button will go to the postmaster. You cannot get it directly delivered to you. So anything you want to buy, you can buy, but it will go to the postmaster. As you saw, I had repeater rounds and other items in there. That's your J button. Easiest way to call your horse is H. It whistles for your horse. Your horse will come. L is a very good, easy button. If you want to make a posse, L is where you need to go. You need to go to posse. Down here will be form a posse. You can do a free posse, or if you want a permanent posse, you can do a permanent posse, but it will cost you $200. So we have a permanent posse up, and yeah, it costs $200 to set up. It's a one-time fee. So forming a posse, L button posse, and then you invite your players that way. So if you form a posse, you can then select it and then add players. So camp priorities. You can check out your camps here. You can wait, white flag raised, size, location. You can see it all from the L button. Your stables, your horses. You can allow access. This will be, you know, different things you can do from your L button, which is very useful. That's how you also rejoin the posse. You can quit the posse from your L button. You can see different players who are online, and that's, you can invite them to your posse if you have a posse up and running. Other tips and tricks, always eat. Eating is very important in this game, as you know, you can see health going down all the time. So I recommend, if you start getting a bunch of money, I recommend actually grabbing some canned beans and stuff, because canned beans refresh your health pretty often, or sorry, pretty well, and it's just easier than going to a campfire to do it. So to create a campfire it's okay, but you know, you have one campfire, one camp you can have. It's the blue one on your map, and ours is way up here north. So you can move it around to where you are to make it closer, but you can see my health is 3/4 full. I should eat something here. I'm actually going to go pick up more beans since I'm in town. But beans I found give just some great health regen. And always eat, because I guess your person needs to be nourished, and so does your horse. So keep feeding your horse and keep feeding yourself. As little tricks. Tips for making money. Very easy to make money in this game. If you shoot any animals, you can carry 2 small animals, one on each side of your horse, one on the back. A large animal, which would be a cougar, a fox, deer, anything will go on the back of your horse. You can also carry a skinned horse, sorry, not skinned horse, skinned cougar or skinned bear or skinned deer hide, and that will go underneath your carcass at the back. So you can have a carcass, a hide, and 2 other animals on it, and you will bring them to the butcher and sell them here. I recommend skinning them and then picking up the pieces and selling them individually to the butcher, because you'll make usually more money from that. So that only gets you dollars, it does not get you gold. Some of the other tips are, you know, when you're out riding, there's you can bring up this wheel, and if you get hurt, you can take some of the potions, some of the miracle things to help your stamina, help your Deadeye. Deadeye is done with cap locks. You'll be able to see movement, so you can see where the horses are, the animals are, people. It's useful, and that's how you find your treasure on your treasure maps, is use your Deadeye, and it will pop up, and it will flake out gold. So Deadeye, very useful for many, many different things. Tab will bring up your guns. I recommend getting a shotgun. Single revolvers just suck. Shotguns are dominating up close. So if you, I recommend putting a scope. First thing to put on your rifle is the scope. The scope is almost necessary. It is very easy to use. Necessary lets you reach range very quick. And also get a shotgun. Shotguns are important. They are way better than revolvers and do mass damage. They're very quick to reload. They're very fast to use. Get a shotgun. Other than that, for tips, just make your campfires when you need to. Eat when you can. See, I just use one of the potions to fill back up, which I didn't really mean to, but once you click on it, you use it. And that's pretty much it. Then go out and do missions, shoot animals, bring them to the butcher. Although, if you have animals on your horse and you do a yellow mission, you will lose those animals. Yeah, they will not go. You will have to sell them before you do the yellow missions. So remember that. Otherwise, you will lose your animals, and that's just going to happen. But everything else is in your satchel. You can sort it, go through the provisions, the tonics, the ingredients. Everything's up here. That is pretty much all you really need to know. You can bring up this menu, start your campfire, choose where you want it. It gives you a list, so if you know where you are and you want to put your campfire in that area, feel free to. They can move around. It costs $2 pretty much every time you move it. So move it around if you like. I just use other people's campfire. Like, you can go out and use any campfire you see. So if you're doing a mission, at the end of the mission, there's usually people around a campfire. Cook there. That's usually what I find is the easiest. But you can move yours to use yours all the time. You can go there. Eventually, you will get a table, a skinning table. I haven't got it yet because that's 10 gold, and I just unlocked the bounties, which I found was better. So I did that instead, and I'll unlock the table next. But definitely go in. I buy kidney beans. I just find is pretty much the easiest for $1.50.
Again?
Okay. And I just load up on those. So, yeah, that's the tips I have. If you want to know anything else about the game, please leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. And this was Deflect from Firm But Fair Gaming.